I don't want to hurt you. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the richest man in the world. Cheers and booze, I see. Elon, hey Dave. Controversy, man. We're expecting this, were you? It sounds like some of them people you fired are in the audience. Hey, wait a minute. Those of you booing. Tough road ahead, I sounds like. But you know there's one thing. All those people are booing, and I'm just pointing out the obvious. They have terrible seats, and I understand. It's all coming from way up there, niggas, the last minute. Now I'm playing the niggas. Boo! 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 Listen. Whatever. Look, motherfucker. This nigga is not even trying to die on Earth.
So what's on tap for today, folks? Well, there you saw it. That was Elon Musk, folks. He was at the Econ conference in San Francisco, out there on the left coast, the wrong coast. He was there at the Dave Chappelle Comedy Show. And that's where you had one multimillionaire introducing a multi-billionaire, folks. Now, the narrative that you're hearing from the mainstream media, the lamestream media, what's their narrative? Oh, just tons of booze for Elon Musk. And what the hell is he doing out there? Tesla's falling apart, Twitter's falling apart, and he's out there trying to do comedy, and he's bombing. And folks, that's the narrative. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the video. I'm going to do a little reaction to it, and then stick around till the end of the video because I've got the reaction and the narrative from CNN. That's right, folks. Don Pink Lemonade and his cackling group of, I guess, hens and roosters. Well, they're out on the CNN dais, or whatever you want to call it. And they're talking about this whole thing and saying it was an absolute bomb. What else did you expect from CNN? So we're going to go all over that. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. And if you haven't already done so, we certainly want you to subscribe. And you're subscribing to the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. That's right, folks. I'm your guest host for today. My name is Dr. Shaikh. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. You know what to do. Like, share, comment down below. Let us know what you think. And we're going to get to the clip. We're going to give my reaction to Elon Musk at the comedy show and to what CNN is basically putting out their BS. All right? We'll get to that right away.
I don't want to hurt you. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the richest man in the world.
A lot of clapping. There's a lot of clapping there, folks. A lot of clapping, right? I didn't hear that many boos. I mean, I'm a little bit biased towards Elon Musk. I love the guy. But, the way they're making it sound like they were basically saying he was booed out of the building. I think there were more cheers. Now, when Dave starts talking about the booing, then you start hearing a little bit more boos. I mean, people, come on, they're at at a comedy concert. Of course they're going to do what the guy asked them to do, all right? But let's keep going. mean, Elon Musk, he's taking it all and he's waving the crowd. He's basically, I think he always says something like, hey, I'm rich, baby. He's having fun. He's having a lot of fun, folks. Come on. What's the guy's just going to be working on cars all day and working on Twitter at night? Tesla by day, Twitter at night. He's got to have a little bit of fun. Decides to go back to San Francisco. And if he did get you're talking about the left coast, the wrong coast, folks. Of course, there's going to be some detractors in the audience. Let's play on.
Cheers and booze, I see.
If you hear that, he goes, cheers and booze, right? That's a Dave Chappelle. Cheers and booze, I see.
Elon. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of cheering, if you ask me. I didn't hear too many boos in that little segment right there. Did you? I didn't. There's a whole lot of cheering going on over here.
We're expecting this, were you? It sounds like some of them people you fired in the audience.
If you didn't get to hear that, Dave, he just comes up with it. He goes, sounds like there's some of those people that you fired. They're out there in the audience or whatever. So anyway, let's go on. Let's move on.
Hey, wait a minute. Those of you booing.
Dave Chappelle, he's playing to the crowd, folks. He's playing the crowd. Elon just soaking it all in, doesn't give a care in the world, all right? He's a billionaire. Even if some people are booing. So what, do you think he gives a rip? Of course he doesn't. And Dave's just taking this in, just ad-libbing as he goes on. Let's continue.
Go ahead, I sound slap. But there's one thing. All those people are booing. And I'm just pointing out the obvious. You have terrible seats. I understand. All coming from way up there, nigga.
He's basically, Dave goes, all those people that are booing, got terrible seats. I would have said they're on the cheap seats, although I don't think too many seats for Dave Chappelle are really cheap because they're sitting way out there, out in the boonies. So let's continue.
Last minute, not playing the niggas. Boom!
Now, see, that's where you got a bunch of boos. When Dave Chappelle goes boo, then you hear a bunch of people booing and everything. That's when the booing really starts, or whatever. It wasn't in the very beginning. A whole bunch of cheering in the beginning, folks. The narrative is always, always wrong when it's coming from the left stream media, the media cartel mafia. You know that. Let's continue.
Listen. Whatever. Look, motherfucker. This nigga is not.
And we're back. So that was pretty interesting. And what we have right now is we're going to go into the video and I'm going to give you my reaction to what Don Pink Lemonade and his disciples are talking about. And just listen to the different narrative that's coming out of these clowns, all right? So let's go ahead and let's hear.
But why? Okay, he has time to go to a Dave Chappelle show. He's like running Twitter. Tesla's mad he's not there enough.
All right,
but sorry, I digress.
Put this in pause, okay? Right, the first cackling hen, right over here. What's her first thing, basically? Hold on there. Let's get rid of that. So what's her basic thing saying? Oh, he took a day off. He can't run Twitter. He can't run Tesla. I mean, he's going to be missed, right? I mean, this is just so typical of the left stream media. It's just unbelievable. Anyways, let's continue.
nice.
Yeah.
What do you make?
And we were, is it booze? I'm sure some people were happy, but did it sound like mostly booze to you? And that was in Silicon Valley. That's his hometown.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in a way, it's like the power. I mean, we're talking about, Joe Biden not caring that much about Twitter. I mean, that actually is the power of Twitter to change how Elon Musk is seen very, very rapidly.
That's how Twitter, Elon Musk is seeing. They love him at Twitter, the people that stayed there, the new people coming on, and everybody else on the right, and anybody that loves free speech and the First Amendment, they all love Elon Musk. These people and the people on the left, the moderates, the Democrats, the progressives, the socialists, the Marxists, they loved Elon Musk before when he was, before Twitter. Oh, he was taking the electric vehicle. He was going to make everything green, part of the Green New Deal with Tesla leading the forefront, getting rid of, gas guzzling, oil burning cars, oil burning furnaces, batteries there. I mean, we were just going to completely change the entire world, Elon Musk. Then all of a sudden, Elon Musk says a few things that you would say would be some of the conservative philosophies. And next thing you know he's what? Persona non grata at the Democratic National Convention. Let's continue on and see what these clowns continue to say. Ben Smith.
Rapidly. And I think, he's been tweeting essentially a lot of right-wing politics. And so when he shows up in San Francisco,
Tweeting a bunch of right-wing politics. Oh, Ben. You got me right in the heart there, Ben. You got me right in the heart.
at a comedy show, tough reception.
Well, not even just right-wing politics, what he tweeted over the weekend, which is the latest thing that he's been under fire for, which, when you talk to some of the people around him, they think this is distracting when he tweets the things that we've been talking about for weeks on this.
Might be distracting for you. Remember when in terms of where these feminists would just come out and Rush Limbaugh would just absolutely excoriate them for the way that they talk? I mean, basically what she's saying is that, if we had said this thing about her, we would have been labeled misogynistic, mansplaining, the entire thing, right? So she goes, it's so distracting the way that Elon Musk, he's tweeting while he's being a CEO of Twitter and a CEO of Tesla and a CEO of all the other companies. And it's so distracting. I don't think it's distracting for Elon Musk. I think it might be distracting for you. Let's continue.
The show, but the thing about Fauci saying his pronouns were prosecute Fauci, and now all these lawmakers.
Yeah, what's wrong with it? I think that's pretty great. My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. Can't you guys take a freaking joke? I mean, this is unbelievable. And the left just went apoplectic, folks. I mean, they just had cows and kittens and puppies and donkeys and dogs. I mean, they were just pushing them out. Oh, my goodness gracious. It was unbelievable. I mean, they just lost their intercoursing minds over this, folks. They really did, the left.
Have been criticizing that as well.
And Mark Kelly calling him out.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you were saying.
Ooh, Mark Kelly calling him out. Ooh, that was rough. Mark Kelly calling him out. That upset Elon so bad when Mark Kelly called him out.
The dangers of misinformation and the dangers of what Twitter can do is it can incite people to.
There we go. There's the incite people, right? Incite people. There it is, folks. If it's not racism, the big R ain't working anymore. Racism. The big B, bigotry, ain't working anymore. Now what it is, it's incite. That's right. It's inciting people to do bad things. Don the pink lemonade. That's what he says. Let's continue.
Towards violence, and it can also incite people towards to do good things.
He had to think there for a while. It could do let me think. Hold it. It's coming to me. Wait. It's coming. Oh yeah, I guess it could do some good things too. Who knew?
right? It can encourage people to do good things, but it can incite people to violence, and it can give out misinformation. But
Oh, can't give out misinformation. Where were you, Don Lemonade? Where were you when Twitter was being owned on the left? And we were talking about the misinformation that was coming up from Twitter and stopping the right information, but labeling it misinformation. Where were you then, big guy?
that is a, public sentiment. That's not just people tweeting, that's people voting with their mouths, going boo.
Yeah, I mean, it can
Elon
definitely
Musk.
incite people toward booing, apparently, in this case. And I mean,
This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about, Ben Smith. It's all BS from Ben Smith, right? Ben BS Smith. That's what we're going to call him from right now. This was what? Speech is violence? This is what the guys are talking. They also say silence is violence. This is, remember another mantra from the left? Silence is violence and speech is violence. These guys are delusional, folks. They're delusional. That's all you can say. They are unbelievably delusional.
and I think, right, more broadly, it's, I think you had people managing the platform who were very worried about the things that you just talked about, particularly after January 6th, ban Donald Trump from the platform, ban a sort of a spectrum of people on the right, because I think of their concerns about violence. And Musk is saying, you went too far, trying to pull it back. I think there's a reasonable argument going on about free speech.
Ben he's gonna get, they're not gonna like what Ben just said. BS just said. No, they're not. They was going on the right path there for a while, but then he basically said, you know what? I think they're trying to moderate it at Twitter a little bit. The Twitterites, they're not gonna like what Ben BS Smith just had to say there, folks.
Speech, but Musk is separately just totally torching his own brand for lots of people who liked him.
Oh, so now he's torching his brand. Musk is torching it. I don't even know what Musk's brand is other than innovation and genius. Right? He's involved in a bunch of things from A to Z. His brand, if anybody asks about, obviously it's Tesla, that's his brand. But I have a feeling, folks, we're going to see in the long run, Tesla is a unbelievably, conceptually, it's an absolutely phenomenal idea with electric cars. Hey, folks, that's great. I personally don't think we're ever going to get rid of, gas combustion engines unless they completely just decide to freaking outlaw the whole thing, basically. But I just don't think, we're talking way into the future, folks, way into the future. But I'm just getting off on a little bit of a tangent here. But I have a feeling that free speech and First Amendment and Twitter, the flow of information, the acceptance, the allowance of the flow of information to go freely back and forth between people, between entities, between companies, between countries, I think that is going to be, that, folks, at least for the West and for democracy and for the republic here in the United States of America and for other Western civilized nations, that is going to be that's the foundation, folks. That's why America, that's why this is the greatest country in the world, because we do have those freedoms that are God-given to us. And that's why we are the greatest country right now and still will continue to be the greatest country right now because of freedom of speech and because of people like Elon Musk. Anyways, appreciate you taking the time to take a few minutes to watch our show here. And you're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host today. My name is Dr. Shaikh. And you know what, please? We love you to go ahead. If you haven't already done so, subscribe, please. Hit that notification bell. Put your comments on what did you think about Elon Musk and Dave Chappelle? What did you think? Boos, cheers, jeers, narrative from Don Lemonade and his Don the Pink Lemonade and his guests? Or were you basically siding with me, the doctor? Anyways, I'll leave with my final thought as I always do, and that is when you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.